What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube. And today I've got a franchise ranking. I have not done one of these in quite a long time. They seem to get a lot of comments back in the day when I did them more often. I have not ranked a horror franchise from worst to best on this channel in a while. So if you want to see more of those and you have certain franchises, especially either ones that I did a long time ago and you want to hear updated versions of with the newer movies and see how they compare to the older ones, or franchises that I haven't done in the horror genre, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more of those. But it is Final Destination week for me. I grew up on the first couple of these movies, and it had been quite a few years since I had seen them. I grew up on 1 and 2. I owned the DVDs, so I watched those two the most and loved those two the most. But I own all 5 of the Final Destination movies now, and I watched them all a couple times through, and it's been a while since I watched them. So Final Destination Bloodlines is coming out in about 12 days. I'm recording this on May the 4th. It's coming out May 16th, I think. I'm going to see it on the opening Friday, the first day of opening weekend of Final Destination Bloodlines. First new Final Destination movie in a while. So I'm doing a Final Destination week this week. I rewatched all 5 of the movies over the course of this weekend. Took copious notes on them because I'll be doing a best kills in the franchise and what I want to see from Final Destination Bloodlines over on pophorror.com. That's one word, pophorror.com. One word. Go check that out later in this week. I'm going to post an article talking about some common threads of the franchise, the best kills from each movie, how the movies kind of stack up against each other, and what I want to see from the new Final Destination Bloodlines coming out. But I also wanted to do some YouTube content while I was watching all these movies. So I wanted to rank the 5 Final Destination movies. Now, I'm not going to get into like tons of spoilers or in-depth reviews. I've got a few of those on this channel already, but I wanted to just rank them from worst to best, starting with my least favorite Final Destination movie and ending with my favorite. And again, there are 5 of these. Some are better than others. They're obviously a little cheesy. Some are CGI laden, which kind of separates them. They're very formulaic. It is obvious. This is the franchise where it starts off with some big disaster that happens, where a big public tragedy happens where hundreds die in this fatal, crazy thing, and it winds up being a vision of whatever the main character is, whoever the main character is, and they see their death ahead of time and are able to stop the situation from happening and save a handful of people from this tragedy. And then because that person has usurped death and kind of stopped the pattern that death has for them, then death comes for those survivors one by one in the order they were supposed to die in the accident. So death is kind of taking victims, trying to put itself back on course, where death itself is the main character. So you get a series of coincidental, really crazy circumstances where somebody is in a different place, and all these things have to align for death to kind of kill somebody in a crazy way. And that's what this franchise is. All 5 of the movies are very similar. The circumstances are all the same. The characters just change. But again, they're guilty pleasures. Even the bad ones are fun to watch. They're all about an hour and a half. Some are a few minutes more, some are a few minutes less. But they're all 5 fun movies. And I will start off by saying that even the one that I think is horrible, I still like it. So it's a guilty pleasure for me. So I want to rank these movies here and tell you what I think briefly. Number 5, again, there's 5 of these movies. Number 5 is Final Destination 4, aka The Final Destination. It was supposed to be the last one of the franchise. Wound up making a lot of money, so they made a 5th one after it, and now they're making a 6th one. But The Final Destination, Final Destination 4, is my 5th and lowest ranked movie in the franchise, and I think it's by far the weakest one. That being said, there are some things to appreciate about it. Some of the circumstances are still fun. Chanel Van Santen is one of the main characters in it. She is a really good actor and beautiful to look at. She definitely helps make the movie a little better. That being said, I think the ending of this movie is very, very cheap and very weak. I think it's such a just very lazy way out by the writers. I hate the ending in this movie. I hate the graphics in this movie. There's a lot of the flashbacks are very almost condescending in how bad the CGI and the flashbacks are. Whenever the person gets a premonition, the graphics look terrible. And in this movie, more than any of the other ones, the kills are very CGI. The blood and the graphics that come from the kills are very CGI. So it takes you out of the movie. It's almost played comically for laughs. And also, I think a few more of the characters are comic relief more so than the other films. So the tone's a little different. The acting is slightly weaker, the graphics are bad, and the kills are CGI. So Final Destination 4, The Final Destination, is by far the worst one in the franchise. Number 4, now we're getting into all 4 of these are pretty solid in different ways. They're all fun movies. Number 4 is Final Destination 5, the most recent one up until this new one comes out. This one I like a lot, and I was debating between this one and my third entry in the series to pick my number 3. But I took this one, Final Destination 5, as my fourth entry in the series, fourth best. Because overall I like it. There's some cool continuity stuff in here. There's a big kind of spoiler for the ending that I won't give away, even though it's 20 years old. But big spoiler for the ending that has some connections to the series. Really, really nice, shocking ending for the time. It got me when I watched it. I still like that it's in there now. The main character is pretty cool. I do like some of the main characters' relationships. There's also a human element in this one where one of the humans kind of tries to take fate in their own hands, and it turns people against each other. So the enemy is not just death, but now how death affects people and how it changes them. So there's an element in this movie that is not in the other ones, which makes me like it. What takes it down a little bit is the pacing does feel a little bit slow for a shorter movie, and there is some CGI in this one as well, where it's not as bad as the other one. There is still some noticeable CGI that takes it down a little bit. So I'm going to give this one my fourth ranking, Final Destination 5. Now we're into the top 3. Number 3, my third best in the Final Destination franchise, is Final Destination 2. Again, I debated this one with my number 2 entry in the series, but I really enjoyed this one. I owned this one on DVD as a kid, so this one, the first 2 I watched over and over again. I like the continuity. 1 and 2 feel like their own connected story. It feels like it's one after the other. They mentioned the first movie a lot in this. One of the characters, Ali Larter, returns in the second movie, so you get a lot of references to the original, which I like. The pacing, this is the longest movie in the franchise. I think it runs like 1 hour and 42. The pacing does lag a little bit, which makes it the third entry in this franchise. But overall, the tone is serious. The blood is serious. It has the most iconic kill in the franchise, in my opinion. If you've watched it, you know what it is. I won't give it away. Go check out my article on pophorror.com later this week. But I think number 2 overall, for the continuity, for the acting, for the iconic kill, and for just progressing the story and making it even bigger. I really, really like how Final Destination 2 handles itself here. Now we're into the top 2. Number 2, the second best movie in this franchise, Final Destination 3. Everyone seems to love this one, and count me among them, because it is by far, in my opinion, the most fun of the franchise. It's not as big as the first 2. You can tell it's more indie. I don't know if it got a theatrical release, or at least for as long. It's not as big budget as the first 2, but it's just, for me, the most fun of the franchise. It takes place in a carnival. It's a roller coaster based one to start off with, which is a really good setting for this movie. I like the characters. They're all a little unhinged and a little weird. While they're not super deep, they're fun to watch. I really enjoy the lead girl in this movie. Phenomenal actor who's in a lot of stuff. She was wonderful in this. I think it just breezes by. It's just a really quick movie. It's an easy watch. It's fun. All the characters have interesting relationships. The 2 survivors have a kind of a non-standard relationship with each other. It's not just your standard love story. It's a pretty interesting story between the 2 main characters and their dynamic. The ending is also pretty interesting as well, and how everything gets brought back around full circle. So I really enjoy this one. It's an underrated gem. Dare I say, I know a lot of third entries in franchises are not nearly as good, aside from obviously Dream Warriors and a couple others, Halloween 3 being different from Halloween. But this one really stands out as a really solid third entry in a franchise. If you like this format, you'll like this movie. Number 1, no secret here, Final Destination 1, the one that started it all in the year, I think 2000, is here. Star-studded cast, lots of great actors, really clear delineated characters. There's Kerr Smith from Dawson's Creek is really good in this. You've obviously got Devon Sawa as one of the face of the franchise. He's one of the best main characters of the entire franchise. Best comic relief character in the entire franchise is Stifler, Sean William Scott, in this movie. So great cast, good relationships, good pacing, sets the world up, makes the rules clear, good kills, everything is taken seriously. Tony Todd, by the way, is great in this series, and I think number 1 is the best. So from worst to best again for me, Final Destination 4, then 5, then 2, then 3, and the best one is number 1. Again, even the bad one, number 4, has some qualities that are fun and easy to watch, and the other 4 are just guilty pleasures. If you like the format of someone cheating death and death coming back for revenge, these are all the same movie. If you want to see something super different, you're not going to like this franchise, but if you like that fun format with unique kills and a couple decent moments and characters, you're going to like this franchise. Check it out if you haven't. Tell me in the comments down below what your ranking is. What do you think of my ranking? And give me yours as well. And tell me what you want to see from the Final Destination Bloodlines coming up. I want to see kind of how they wrap up Tony Todd's character. He has since passed away, obviously. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Mr. Candyman, Mr. Horror Legend, we love you. I want to see how they wrap Tony Todd's character up and how they define him, because he popped up in 3 of these and I think has a voiceover moment in the 4th one, and we never quite get a delineation of what he is in congruence to what death is. And I really want to see that, and I want to see them not do CGI and really kind of use the update in both technology and in kind of how you can make kills, how good special effects are, and kind of ratchet up the tension. The trailers look really good. I wish they hadn't given stuff away, but the trailers look great, and I'm looking forward to this. Are you? Tell me in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe these deep dives. Please give me your franchise rankings down below. Tell me what else you want to see me rank franchise-wise on this channel. And please go check out my article later this week on the best kills in the franchise and what to expect from the new movie on pophorror.com. Take care, guys. Stay scared.